he would have probably been challenging Samson.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with Samson. So what is this whole controversy? In regards to this whole coaching thing, that whether Michael Warner was part of the coaching team or not. Well, of course he was, and that isn't any secret. Because here are some of the posts that are still up on Samson Dauda's Instagram, where he tagged him over and over again. And Samson even spoke about this, that he was getting his blood work done multiple times during this year's Olympia prep, which by the way was a big change that he implemented for the very first time during his career. And that was with the help of Michael. And that is how he was able to stay in control of his emotions throughout most part of this prep, by eliminating all those compounds that used to cause him some trouble in the past. So I'm not really sure where is the controversy. I mean, the guy won the Olympia. He was 100% deserving of that. And this was actually one of those years where majority of the people, they had a consensus that Samson Dauda 100% deserved to win this title. Everybody acknowledged that his wife is a great coach because she did something that even Milos Sorce was unable to achieve after so many years of working with Samson Dauda. And she was able to bring him in the best shape of his life, in the best condition of his life. So if everything was already public, and Samson Dauda was giving Michael credit all along, then what's the catch here? Now let's talk about Samson's victory here at the Olympia. Because so many of the legendary bodybuilders, they celebrated Samson's win. And because most of us did not listen to Paul Dillette regarding the current state of bodybuilding. So here is what he has to say about Samson Dauda. And I think most of us, we will agree with him after listening to his thoughts.
Based on what bodybuilding is, Samson is the man, and he's gonna be very hard to beat. I still think he needs to drop another 8 to 10 pounds, because if he does, he's gonna look that much better. And if he does that, he's gonna walk out on stage, and it's truly they're gonna be looking for second place.
So this was Samson Dauda's best. But if he continues on this path, he will be one of those bodybuilders who is gonna be extremely hard to beat. I mean, we have never had a Miss Olympia who is over 300 pounds with such top tier genetics, small waist, great flow top to bottom, unreal aesthetics. And Samson did have a great answer to everyone who used to say that they will never give him an Olympia title because of his back. Because Samson Dauda came in with a much improved back this time. In fact, he was able to beat both Hadi and Derek in that back lat spread shot. So Samson Dauda has got an Arnold Classic title to win. So the man is back in the gym already, ramping things up. And it hasn't even been 2 weeks since he won the Olympia. So I think it is gonna be extremely hard to stop this man from becoming the 2 times Arnold Classic champion in March. Next up, we have an update from Martin Fitzwater. A little more than 3 weeks time till we see Martin back on the stage, and that is gonna be at Prague Pro. So kinda surprising that he isn't doing this upcoming Romania Pro, as these shows are just 1 week apart. So Martin is gonna be entering this show as the 4th best bodybuilder in the world, and safe to say that he is gonna walk away with a very easy win here. So Martin and his coach Stefan, they were on Fuad's podcast, where Stefan, his coach, made a very blunt statement that Martin was just so damn good that he could have been fighting with Samson Dauda for the title if it wasn't for his first year at the Olympia. Now personally, I thought that was a bit of an overstretch until I saw some new pictures of Martin versus Hadi. How did he compare so damn well in the most muscular shot, which is like the most powerful shot of Hadi, and that too at such a young age. And it is so crazy. And that is why sky's the limit for Martin Fitzwater if he plays it smart. And I believe he for sure is going to be fighting for the Olympia title in the future, in the upcoming years.
I think if the posing changes we discuss now and a little bit the mobility changes we discuss now, if he brings even that on, would have brought that on the same stage, he would have beat both of them without any discussion with that shape and with that muscularity, and he would have probably been challenging Samson.
So rumor is that Martin is gonna be doing Pittsburgh Pro next, and try to win that $100,000. And he also said that he wants to make himself a millionaire this year. But at some point, Martin will have to take a break in order to put on some size, because the reigning Miss Olympia Samson, he is just such a massive guy.
Next year, or this 2025,
You're doing all the big money shows?
yeah, the goal is to make myself a millionaire. So
That means you got to do the Arnold.
see what we can do, but
That means you got to do the Arnold because it's 5. So you got a 5 there, 5 in Dubai.
Now I know a lot of you guys, they are just tired of Rubiel's news. So I am just gonna say that he was spotted leaving for Doha, as he is gonna be attending this upcoming Dubai Pro event, which is happening from 25th to 27th of this month. So there has been literally zero training updates on his entire social media, on his Instagram or YouTube. So it is probably safe to say that Rubiel is out of Prague as well. Now if that becomes true, this will be like 4th or 5th show of the year for Rubiel, where for whatever reason, he did not show up to compete. Chris Bumstead posted a throwback update from the Olympia prep with a cheeky caption, and the entire bodybuilding world, they just lost their mind, because that was a subtle hint of going for men's open bodybuilding. Now I'm gonna say that is never gonna happen, and there are multiple reasons for that. So his coach Hadi, he spoke about this with Jake Adler, that what Chris Bumstead did, walking away from the sport on his own terms, that's actually very rare. And although he is just 29 years old, which is still very young, he did struggle with some injuries, especially in the last couple of years. And we also heard what Talmanian had to say about Chris Bumstead, that how his legs were a bit downsized. For instance, in comparison to 2020 or 2022.
Is just making sure that we're sunsetting Cbum. Like, what's that look like right now? Because he wants to have a conversation. So it's going to be sitting down and just saying, hey, like, what do you, I mean, he wants to focus on the baby, the family, the business, all of these things. He's got so much going
Rightfully so.
And I think that, you know, so that was a really good high point of the weekend.
So there is just no way Cbum is going to try out a division that requires putting on more stress, not just on your system, not only physically but mentally as well. And yes, he did say this multiple times, that he might do an open show before retiring, but he also mentioned that he would never ever try to grow for men's open bodybuilding and then compete. The only option was that Hadi fills him up without the fear of making that weight cutoff and show up to battle. So where he would have placed, I think we can all agree that the physique that we saw from Cbum this year, he would not have been able to make into the second call-out. Rafael Brandao, who is like the closest to Cbum, especially in terms of structure, but he is way bigger. He placed 8th. And that just goes to show us the size difference between classic physique and the men's open. So Carlos de Oliveira is gonna be the next classic physique star coming out of Brazil in 2025. So he isn't a new guy in the sport, as we have seen him compete at the Olympia level in the men's physique division for multiple years now. He was getting those top 6 or top 7 spots for 3 years in a row, and then all of a sudden, his placings got declined in the last couple of years. So during his push for classic physique, he has put on a great amount of muscle, and he stayed in a great condition throughout this phase. But the craziest thing is that he is still like 15 pounds below his weight cap. So as a top men's physique athlete, he has a great set of abs, very small waistline. But the thing that stands out the most in his physique are his super round striated delts. So everyone wants to hit those bodybuilding poses, even those guys who are in the men's physique. And Carlos was definitely one of them as well. So I am excited to see him in classic physique and cannot wait for his classic physique debut, which is gonna be happening sometime next year. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.